This is going to be an episode about my finished objects. I have a lot of those. Some of them are not here, and I'm going to start the episode by talking about the ones that I don't have. I will insert photos of them as I talk about them. So, yeah, let's start. First, I'm gonna show you a pair of shorty socks that I did for my daughter Caritas. I made these with nomadic yarns. Dobby's a free elf colorway. She really loves shorty socks, and I had some left over from when I made myself a pair of socks, so I made these with the scraps that I had left. So those are one. And then I did a striped pair of socks with yarn that I got from my friend Carly. She was doing a little de-stash, and I asked her if she had any self-striping sock yarn, because that seems to be my thing these days. I really enjoy knitting self-striping socks. I think they're a lot of fun. And these are, I don't really remember the colorway. Well, the colorway is Killer Queen, but I don't really remember the dyer, but I will put it on screen because I can't remember from the top of my head. And then I have I made a set of a jumper, pants, and a hat for my little nephew Eric, who is starting daycare this fall. So I wanted to make him a set of cozy, warm clothes that he could wear like underneath his rain suit, or just if the weather is a little bit cold but not snowy. So I made all of these out of llama wool. The black is llama tweed, and the brown color is just llama wool from Camaros. And this was a super quick and fun knit. The sweater is Krummi or the Raven sweater by my friend Taka, who is the owner of Lítill Prjónabúðin. And the hat is called Lítill. And I don't remember the name of the pants either. I will put all this info on the screen as I talk about them. I also finished the socks for my sister, her daughter, and baby Eric. So I made 3 pairs of socks out of 1 skein of sock yarn. So they all have matching socks, and that was a lot of fun to make. This yarn was a gift from a podcast viewer, and I thank you so much for giving me this beautiful skein of yarn. They all love their socks. I think that's it for everything that I've given away already. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about the finished objects that I have here with me. The first of those is the weekender sweater that I'm wearing. I'm gonna stand up a little bit. I am super happy with this sweater. I have been wearing it quite a bit. I mean, we've had a pretty warm and nice summer here, but I'm always cold. It hardly matters what the temperature is. I'm usually always cold at some point during the day, and at the office we have air conditioning, so it gets a little bit chilly in there, so it's good to have a sweater on hand. This is a pattern by Andrea Maury, and the yarn that I used is Magpie worsted that I picked up at EYF this year. I'm super happy that I've already made 2 projects out of yarn that I bought at EYF. So I'm super happy that I'm actually using the yarn that I bought, and I'm happy that my shopping this year, I didn't buy a whole lot, but it was all like project specific kind of shopping. I bought the yarn for this sweater, I bought yarn for another sweater, I bought yarn for a shawl, and both the shawl and this beautiful weekender sweater are finished. I did have a little bit of trouble getting gauge, and Andrea Murray seems to be a really tight knitter, so I ended up doing the extra small size and going down to 4.5mm needles for the main portion. The ribbing was done on 4mm, and the body and the sleeves were done on 4.5mm needles, and that got me the fit that I look. It's a little bit loose, but it's not like huge, and it's really comfortable, and this yarn is just, I love it. I want to make everything out of it. Okay, let me see, what do I have next? I think the last time we spoke, I don't really remember what I talked about in specific details on my last episode, but I remember that I was almost finished with my Soldotna crop top from Caitlin Hunter, and I finished that, I think, the same day that I recorded last time. I've been wearing this thing a lot. I really, really, really love it. It has gotten a lot of use, and I've already picked out 2 colorways to use for my next one. Because I need another one of these, because it's so good to throw over like jumpsuits and dresses and shirts, and yeah, I think it's amazing. It's a really fun pattern. The color work is spectacular, and it's a lot of fun to make. It's super quick and easy. So yeah, this is the Soldotna tee. I can go over the yarns that I used a little bit. This dark gray here is from La Bien-Aimée. It's called I don't even remember. I think I talked about it on my last episode. So you're just gonna have to look it up. The green main color is from Julie Asselin. This green here, bluish kind of green, is from Ansula, and the yellow orangey kind of speckled one is from Vivid Wool here in Iceland. So it's a mix of everything. All the things. I just picked the colors that I liked, and it's all DK weight, so it worked out perfectly. The next project that I have finished, I don't even remember if I showed this at some point. If I had started it the last time I recorded. I don't think so, but maybe I did. I'm not sure. But this is the Spring Cleaning Shawl by Stephen West that he released earlier this year. And this is it. It's very big. It's extremely big. And I used a lot of different types of yarn from different dyers. This one right here is from Usitita. This one right here is from Vivid Wool. This one is from Life in the Long Grass, and it's called Cactus. This one is from GuðmundsdóttirFóa. This green one is Tweedy Todd. This one is from Ching Fibers, and this here is Hedgehog Fibers. poppy. So yeah, a lot of different dyers, a lot of different yarns. Some of them are singles, some of them are yak, and some of them are just regular sock weight merino nylon kind of blend. I don't remember if I put all the colorways and the names on my project page, but I will try to do so. I think I lost the labels on some of those already. So, well, anyway, this is Spring Cleaning by Stephen West, and it was a lot of fun to make. It was a really good mindless project because it's basically garter stitch and short rows with a little bit of like yarn over sections in between. And yeah, I really enjoyed making this. Okay, the next project that I have finished is also a purchase that I made at EYF. I purchased 2 skeins of cottage merino from Walker Collection and 2 skeins of their mohair, all in the same colorway, which is called again, I remembered this just like a minute ago. Metal Curry, I think, or Metal Dust. Either one of those. And I made a dotted ray shawl where I held 1 strand of fingering and 1 strand of mohair together. And I made the small size because I just had 2 skeins. I would have needed 3 if I wanted to make the bigger version, but it's still plenty big. It's very big and I really, really, really love it. The mohair gives it such a beautiful halo. I don't know if you can see it properly, but yeah, I think it's stunning and I love this colorway. It's the same colorway that I used for my my hyper knitting hat this winter. So I'm gonna have a hat and a shawl for this coming winter in the same colorway, and it's just so beautiful. There are tiny, tiny speckles of blue in here, and I think it's so beautiful. And of course, I often get asked if I recommend some shawl pattern from Stephen as like an introduction to West Knits patterns. I usually always recommend Vertices Unite because I think it's a lot of fun and it has a lot of the techniques that he uses in his patterns. But I would also highly recommend doing a dotted race shawl because it's simple, it's quick and easy, and the result is just beautiful. It's just such a classic. You know, you can make it super simple like this, or you can just play with all the colors, and I've seen so many gorgeous versions of this pattern. So yeah, I highly recommend making at least 1 dotted race shawl in your lifetime. Okay, next up I have a pair of socks. These yellow beauties here. I made these with Mondim yarn from Rosa Pomar. And these have no nylon in them. They are just 100% merino. And they are so comfortable, and I really, really, really love this colorway. I think it's so beautiful. And I did a heel flap and gusset, and I did a garter heel because I wanted a little bit of texture to go with this fun speckled yarn. I think it's so pretty. And I knit all my socks on 2.25mm needles, and I cast on 60 stitches for my feet, and I use a size 37/8 in shoes, and my legs are kind of small. They're kind of thin and flat and weird, but they work, so I'm fine. So yeah, those are the yellow Montein socks that I did. Next up is, I know there are a lot of finished objects, but I've been finding a lot of comfort in my knitting, and most of these projects were pretty far along. The next sweater that I have finished is the No Frills pullover for my daughter Caritas. This is a great pattern by Petite Knit, and if you want to do a simple top-down raglan, this is basically the perfect pattern. It's super easy and really simple, and it has a little bit of German short rows in the back. I always use the German short row method, and you can find some great tutorials online for those. So this is a really, really nice and simple pattern for a top-down raglan. We made this a little bit cropped, so it sits right at her waistline. It has long sleeves, and I've made another one of those. I did one for myself, and Caritas absolutely loved it. And then I found this colorway from my friend Hafdís, who's the dyer behind Vivid Wool, and this is basically Caritas's favorite color. Her bedroom is in this exact color. So when Hafdís brought this to Lítill Prjónabúðin, I was just like, okay, it's meant to be. And I paired it, it's 100% merino in fingering weight, and I paired it with some mohair from, it's called Angel Mohair, I think it's by Permin Copenhagen. So it gives it a really nice halo, and it's, yeah, top down raglan, really simple, really easy, and beautiful results, and just a classic pullover that you can use with practically anything. What's next? Okay, there are two more and then I'm done. A while ago, Caritas's baby sister Mia, who is a great little friend of mine, she came over and spent the night with us, and we went to knit group on the Saturday, and she really wanted me to make her a new sweater. I've made her a few sweaters ever since she was born, and she's one of the most knit-worthy persons that I have in my life, because she loves everything that I do. So the evening before, I let her pick out a pattern, and she was dead set on the Icefall not a cardigan, a jumper from the Strange Brew collection by Tin Can Knits. And then we went to knit group the day after, and she picked out the yarns, and she picked out Jameson and Smith. And ever since then, she has called me a few times and like, are you knitting my sweater? When is my sweater going to be finished? And I decided that I wanted to make it before she started school this fall, and it's done. So this is the Icefall sweater. This is the 6 to 8 years old size. I think it's gonna be a little bit big for her because she's a little bit petite, but I mean, kids grow, and having a good sized sweater is just good and perfect. So she picked all the colors and the pattern. I just did the knitting. So this is Mia's creation, or our collaboration project. So I'm going to give this to her when she comes back home from the Czech Republic, because she's traveling with her parents, and so is my daughter. So this is it. I really like the ribbing detail on the sleeve and on the hem of the sweater. And the pattern is really good. If you're new to color work and you want some beautiful colorwork sweaters, I really do recommend the Strange Brew collection from Tin Can. It's full of useful information and beautiful patterns, and this took no time at all to knit. I mean, it's small, so it was fast, but yeah, it was a lot of fun to make, and I can't wait to give it to her. I think she's gonna look super cute in it, and I know she's gonna be thankful. That's a given. The last finish that I want to talk about is the Novelli Tee by Caitlin Hunter. This was originally meant for myself. When I started it, I wasn't exactly in the right headspace. I didn't do any measurements. I just cast it on and I knit it, and soon I realized, okay, it's gonna be a little bit too small for me. It fits, I can put it on, but it's like super tight, and that's not really the look that I was going for. So after I finished the body and joined the shoulders, I only had the sleeves left to do. Caritas tried it on and it looked perfect on her. So I decided, okay, this one is going to be for Caritas, and I'm just going to make another one for myself because it's a fun pattern, and yeah, it's fine. But I really love how it turned out, and this is it. This is the Novelli Tee, and yeah, I think it's really nice. And my cat is here. Okay. The main color is the same color that I used to make the sweater Urðarbrunnur for Erik when he was born. It's Yaku from Kamarós, and it's definitely one of my favorite colorways of hers. The yellow in the pattern is from Frú Valborg, and the green is from Vivid Wool. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to make, and I'm gonna make myself another one. I think I've decided on the colors. I've at least picked the main color, and I'm kind of juggling some options for the color work. But yeah, I'm not gonna do it right away. I have a few other projects that I kind of want to get finished. But this is the Novelli by Caitlin Hunter for my daughter Caritas. Whew, that was a lot. Yeah, those are, I think, all of my finished projects. I'm just checking my notes here to see if I forgot something. No, that's it. For whips, I have two things that I want to show you this time. First thing is my new pair of socks. I finished one of them last night, so I'm just gonna put it in my blocker here. This is Regia Tweed, which is becoming one of my favorite yarns. I really like the colorways, and like I said, I really love self-strapping socks. I think they're so much fun to make. I did an afterthought heel with some Regia as well, just some simple variegated grey. And I started the second sock last night. I only have like the cuff done or something. This is the yarn. It's so much fun. I'm gonna see if I can find the label for it. I think that's it. 07493. This is the yarn that I'm using. Oh, and I found the... Okay. I have more info here than I thought. Well, I will put it in. The other project that's gonna be like my focus project for next week is the Kaldbakur shawl that I've been working on for quite some time now. I really want to get this done. It's been lingering for quite some time, and I am in a state of mind that I really want to have like new beginnings, and I want to clear off the old whips that I have. I made a new honest whip list, and I've been diligently working on the projects there. So this is going to be my focus project for next week, along with one other project that I can't really talk about because it's a test for Stephen, and he hasn't really decided on when he's going to release it, but yeah, whatever. It's something that I can't really show. So that and this one is going to be my focus projects for next week. So this is basically, I've introduced the third color here, and I've showed this many times. It's all made with tinned llama wool from Camaros, and this is going to be pretty with this sweater, I think. Okay, that's even more encouragement to actually finish it. I'm going to talk a little bit about this urge that I have to finish stuff and kind of start fresh. I made an honest VIP list, and I have finished 6 projects from that list, and I have I have 9 other projects to go. This is the list. It has Vertices Unite, it has the Kaldbakur shawl, it has Starting Point shawl, Textures Unite shawl, Hildeberg shawl, the Test Knit for Stephen, the Primrose shawl, the Bubble shawl, and these socks. So, I made a plan because I'm a geek and I like organizing things. I made like a list of, like a schedule of weeks. This is the 22nd to the 28th of July, and there I had the Icefall sweater and the dotted race, and those are both finished. From the 29th of July to the 4th of August, which is this week, I had the No Frills sweater and the Novelle top, and they are both finished. Next week is Kaldbakur and the Test Knit for Stephen. And then I always have socks because I knit on the bus to and from work, and at my breaks at work I knit on the socks. So I always have 2 focus projects and a pair of socks for like on-the-go knitting. The week after, like from the 12th to the 18th of August, I have Vertices Unite, and then I put down the Icefall sweater as well, but that one is finished, so I'm gonna replace it with something else. The week after that, which is the 19th to the 25th of August, I'm going to focus on the Primrose Shawl and the Starting Point by Hohi Locatelli. So yeah, and I haven't put down any more projects, but I've put up weeks until like late November. So I kind of want to clear off as much as I can. I don't know what it is. I just feel like those projects have been lingering for quite some time. I really want all of them. I want to get them finished and I want to use them and I think they're beautiful. So I just, at the same time, I have so many other things that I want to knit. And I kind of set the goal that I had to finish 5 projects and then I could start something new. So I haven't started anything new yet, but I have this one thing that I want to cast on pretty soon because I want it to be a birthday gift in October. So I think I should manage to do that. I think it's gonna work out. So yeah, that's kind of the schedule that I'm following these days. And so far, I mean, it's been working out pretty well. I mean, sure, I had most all of these projects finished and they were pretty far along. And I kind of deliberately put the projects first that were really close to being finished so that I would have like an instant gratification kind of thing, just for encouragement. And yeah, so yeah, so far so good. Okay, I'm gonna talk about some life stuff, and I wanted to put like a little bit of a disclaimer here. I am gonna talk about the passing of my sister and cancer, and if those topics are difficult for you, I would suggest that you would stop the podcast. I'm not gonna go into super much detail because I can't handle it myself, but yeah, this is the warning that I wanted to put in here, just in case, because I know this is a hard topic for a lot of people, myself included, but since I have talked about it openly here on my podcast, my sister sorry, the cat was freaking me out. My sister fought cancer for almost a year, but she passed away on July 7th. After being in hospice care for about a month. She was put into a hospital when I was at EYF in late March. So April, May, June. She was in the hospital for just over 3 months, like 3.5 months. And yeah, I don't really know what I want to say. First, I want to say thank you so much to everybody who has reached out and brought words of comfort. I have received beautiful emails, messages on Instagram, Facebook, all over, from you wonderful people. I am really, really thankful. My family is amazed at the support that we are getting from complete strangers. It's been really, really hard and really surreal. I can't really... I don't think it has sunk in completely yet. I still feel like I'm waiting. I feel like I'm waiting for me to call her or her to call me and go and spend time with her or the kids or both. Or yeah, I just feel like I'm waiting for something. I've also been I've also been feeling a lot of anger and that's not a good feeling. And I don't really know how to handle it, but I'm trying to be open about it, and I talk to my friends about it, and my friends and family have been amazing. I've never been alone unless I want to be alone. I've been invited to dinners. People have brought food over to my house, so I don't have to like go to the store or cook, or it's just been really wonderful to feel all the love and support. However, this anger has been kind of haunting me a little bit. I think it's just because she was so young. She was so full of life. She had these two amazing children and a big family and so many friends, and it's just so unfair when this happens. I mean, it's always hard to lose somebody. I think it's particularly hard to lose someone young. And cancer is just a horrible disease, and I think it's a natural part of the grieving process to be a little bit angry. I mean, I'm sad and I'm a lot of things, but the anger is now thankfully kind of fading, and it's not as dominant as it has been. So I can feel the process is moving. I'm not stuck in some place. I'm evolving and dealing with this somehow. I don't even know. But it's definitely a process, and it's been really, really rough. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say about it. I can't really articulate my feelings, and I've just been trying to do my best, and my family has been amazing, and we are just all trying to be there for each other. And yeah, it's been as good as possible in an awful situation, basically. So yeah, I don't have much more to say about it at the moment. I had a really, really beautiful dream about my sister, and that really helped. It was kind of us when we were young, playing and picking berries in nature, which is something that we used to do with my mom a lot. And it was like sunny and warm, and everybody was healthy and happy and just enjoying life. And one of the last things that my sister said to me, I had spent some hours sitting with her at hospice, and when I was leaving, I was kissing her and telling her how much I love her, and she held my hand and she was like, Linda, I've been really, really good at thinking beautiful thoughts. And I was like, that's good. So have I. I've been thinking a lot of beautiful thoughts about you, particularly. And she looked at me and she said, thank you. I've been thinking a lot of beautiful thoughts about everything. And I said, okay, I'll try to do better and think beautiful thoughts about everything. And I made her a deal. I said, okay, I'm going to go home now and rest a little bit, but I will be back tomorrow and spend some time with you. I'm going to continue with my beautiful thoughts, and you continue with yours. And then tomorrow we can talk about our beautiful thoughts. And that is exactly what we did. Of course, she was very sick and on a lot of medication, so talking for her was getting really difficult, but I did a lot of talking, and I did some reading to her, and we just had some beautiful moments before she passed. And yeah, I really miss her. Okay, now I'm gonna start crying, so I'm gonna end this. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back when I'm ready with another episode and more knitting. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful time. And please be good at thinking beautiful thoughts for you and everybody else. Thank you. Bye.